The world of television game shows is built on excitement, tension, big personalities, and unforgettable moments. But every now and then, one single episode sparks a debate so massive that fans cannot stop talking about it for days. And this time, all eyes were on one of the most recognizable faces in quiz television history, Mark Labbett. Viewers were glued to their screens as another intense episode unfolded. Contestants arrived full of confidence, hoping to take on one of the sharpest quiz minds on television. The atmosphere felt electric from the very beginning. There were laughs, nervous smiles, quick answers, and dramatic pauses that had everyone at home shouting answers at their TVs. But then, something happened. A rule that longtime viewers already knew suddenly became the center of attention online. Fans immediately began debating whether the moment was fair or completely frustrating. Social media exploded with reactions. Some viewers defended the format, while others insisted the situation gave one side an unfair advantage. And right in the middle of the chaos stood Mark Labbett. Known for his towering presence, razor-sharp intelligence, and surprisingly funny sense of humor, Mark has seen plenty of dramatic moments throughout his years on television. But this latest debate quickly became one of the hottest topics among viewers. The moment began during a tense round where a contestant appeared to lose momentum after a controversial turn of events involving the rules of the game. Fans watching at home immediately started posting reactions online. Some viewers argued the contestant never truly had a fair chance. Others claimed the rules had always existed and that nothing unusual had happened at all. The debate spread rapidly. One viewer joked that the rules were harder to understand than a relationship status. Another fan posted that watching the episode felt like being dumped by your quiz partner right before the final question. Others laughed at how dramatic the online reactions became, with fans acting as if the entire future of television depended on one answer. And honestly, that is part of what makes shows like this so entertaining. People become emotionally invested. They pick favorite contestants. They celebrate victories like they personally won the money themselves. And when something feels unfair, viewers react instantly. As the discussion grew louder, many fans wondered whether Mark Labbett would address the controversy. Well, he did, and his response surprised a lot of people. Instead of becoming defensive or dismissive, Mark approached the situation calmly and with humor. According to fans discussing the moment online, he explained that the rules are designed to create pressure and excitement. Without difficult situations or unexpected twists, the show would lose the tension that keeps audiences watching. He also reminded viewers that every contestant enters the game knowing the format beforehand. That response immediately sparked another wave of reactions. Some fans praised him for staying professional. Others admitted that even though they still disliked the rule, they respected the way he handled the criticism. And then came the funny comments. One viewer joked that Mark sounded like a strict teacher explaining homework rules nobody wanted to follow. Another person posted that arguing with Mark Labbett about quiz rules is probably impossible because he already knows the answer before you finish the question. Even fans who originally felt angry began laughing at the growing collection of memes and reactions. But underneath the humor, there was something interesting happening. The debate reminded everyone why Mark remained such an important part of the show. He is not just a quiz expert. He is a television personality who understands how entertainment works. Over the years, audiences have seen many different sides of him. Sometimes he appears intimidating. Other times he delivers surprisingly hilarious comments that leave contestants laughing in the middle of stressful moments. And despite his reputation for being tough, many viewers secretly enjoy the playful chemistry he shares with contestants. There is always a strange balance between competition and comedy. One minute, contestants are terrified. The next minute, everyone is laughing after one of Mark's clever remarks.
That balance is part of the reason fans continue watching year after year. The recent controversy also sparked discussions about how emotionally connected audiences become to game shows. For many people, these programs are more than simple entertainment. Families gather together to watch. Friends compete against each other from their couches. Couples tease one another over wrong answers. Some viewers even turn quiz night into a tradition. So when a controversial moment happens, people react passionately because they care. And honestly, Mark seemed to understand that. Instead of attacking viewers for complaining, he appeared to acknowledge their frustration while still defending the structure of the game. That combination of confidence and humor helped calm the situation. Of course, not everyone changed their opinion. Some viewers still insisted the rules should be updated. A few fans argued that modern audiences prefer formats that feel slightly less punishing. Others claimed the challenge is exactly what makes victories satisfying. After all, if winning felt easy, would it really feel exciting? That question became another huge talking point online, and suddenly everyone had an opinion. People who had never discussed quiz shows before suddenly became experts on game show strategy. One fan dramatically wrote that they spent more time thinking about the controversial rule than their actual work responsibilities. Another admitted they yelled at the television so loudly during the episode that their neighbors probably thought a football match was happening. Meanwhile, clips from the episode continued spreading online. Viewers replayed the moment repeatedly. Some slowed it down. Some analyzed every reaction. Others focused entirely on Mark's facial expressions, claiming he looked like he already knew the internet was about to explode. And maybe he did. After years in television, Mark has probably learned that every major show eventually faces moments like this. The bigger the audience becomes, the stronger the reactions become too. But what really stood out was how many viewers appreciated the entertainment value of the entire situation. Even people who disagreed with the rule admitted the episode became unforgettable because of the controversy. It created suspense, it created conversation, and most importantly, it kept people watching. That is something television producers always notice. The funniest part might be how divided households became during the debate. Some couples reportedly argued playfully over whether the contestant deserved another chance. Parents and children
started quiz-themed group chats. One viewer joked that the debate nearly ruined family dinner because everyone became too busy defending their opinions. At the center of it all remained Mark Labbett, calmly standing by the rules while the internet erupted around him. And, strangely enough, moments like this often strengthen a television personality's popularity rather than damage it. People love authenticity. They enjoy watching someone stay confident under pressure. Mark's response felt natural instead of overly scripted. He defended the show without turning the situation into unnecessary drama. That helped many viewers see the controversy from a different perspective. Of course, fans also began revisiting some of the funniest moments from Mark's history on the show. Old clips started resurfacing online. There were clips of contestants accidentally insulting him without realizing it. There were hilarious moments where contestants celebrated too early, and there were plenty of unforgettable reactions from Mark himself. Some fans pointed out that his sense of humor is often underrated. While he is famous for being intimidating, he frequently delivers clever jokes with perfect timing. That combination of intelligence and humor has made him one of the most recognizable figures in television quiz culture. The recent rule debate only reminded audiences how much personality matters in entertainment. A controversial moment alone is not enough. People stay invested because of the personalities involved. And whether viewers agree with him or not, Mark definitely knows how to keep audiences talking. There was also another interesting detail many fans noticed. Even during tense situations, Mark rarely appears rattled. No matter how dramatic the reactions become online, he maintains the same composed attitude. That calm confidence became a major reason many viewers defended him.
Some fans argued that dealing with criticism gracefully is part of being a professional television personality. Others said they respected how he avoided insulting frustrated viewers. Instead, he seemed to treat the debate almost like another entertaining challenge. And honestly, that approach worked. As days passed, the controversy slowly transformed from outrage into entertainment. People stopped arguing angrily and started enjoying the jokes, memes, and discussions surrounding the episode. In a strange way, the rule everyone complained about ended up creating one of the most talked-about moments of the season. Even casual viewers who normally skip game shows became curious about what happened. That curiosity brought even more attention to the episode. Meanwhile, longtime fans continued debating whether changes should ever happen to the format. Some insisted traditions should remain untouched. Others believed television must evolve with modern audiences. It became one of those classic entertainment debates where nobody fully agrees, but everybody enjoys discussing it. And through it all, Mark remained at the center of the conversation. There is something fascinating about personalities like him. They become larger than the shows themselves. Viewers tune in not only for the game, but also for the reactions, the comments, the tension, and the unpredictable interactions. Mark brings a unique energy that fans instantly recognize. He can appear intimidating one second and unexpectedly charming the next. That contrast keeps audiences engaged. Even contestants often seem torn between fear and admiration when facing him. Some laugh nervously, some try to stay
become
confident.
completely starstruck. And every once in a while, someone manages to surprise him. Those moments are television gold. The recent controversy reminded fans why unpredictability matters so much in game shows. If every episode followed the exact same emotional pattern, audiences might eventually lose interest. But when shocking moments happen, people remember them. They talk about them. They share clips with friends. And suddenly, a single episode becomes part of a much larger conversation. That is exactly what happened here. Even people who originally criticized the rule found themselves continuing to watch, because deep down, viewers love excitement. They love debate, and they love personalities strong enough to handle public attention. Mark Labbett clearly understands that world. His response showed confidence without arrogance and humor without dismissing fans completely. That balance is not easy. Many television personalities struggle when facing backlash. Some become overly defensive. Others disappear from the conversation entirely. But Mark chose a different approach. He acknowledged the debate while standing firmly behind the game. That decision earned respect from many viewers. At the same time, the controversy created something unexpectedly fun. Fans who had never interacted before suddenly connected online through shared reactions. People exchanged jokes. They compared opinions. Some even challenged each other with quiz questions inspired by the show. In a world where audiences constantly jump from one trend to another, creating that level of engagement is impressive. And perhaps that is the biggest lesson from the entire situation. Sometimes controversy does not weaken a show. Sometimes it reminds everyone why they were watching in the first place. The excitement, the unpredictability, the personalities, and of course, the endless debates. Because let's be honest, if a television episode can inspire thousands of people to argue, laugh, joke, and react together online, then it probably succeeded in entertaining people. And whether fans supported the rule or hated it completely, one thing became very clear. People could not stop talking about Mark Labbett. That alone says everything. As the conversation continues, many viewers are already waiting to see what happens next. Will future episodes create even bigger debates? Will the rules eventually change? Or will the controversy simply become another unforgettable chapter in the long history of dramatic television moments? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is certain. The next time Mark Labbett appears on screen, fans will be watching very closely. And honestly,
That is exactly what great television is supposed to do. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and share your opinion. Do you think the rule was fair, or should the format change for future contestants? Let everyone know what you think, because this debate is clearly far from over. And if you love exciting television drama, surprising reactions, and unforgettable game show moments, stay tuned for more stories that everyone will be talking about next.